Hello, Dark Souls. Welcome back to the Bad Speed. Today I'm going to explain a brilliant survival horror thriller movie from 2007 named P2. This was the very first movie directed by Frank Calfon. Later, he made famous horror movies like Maniac and Amityville. But before becoming a director, he was an actor in the brutal horror movie High Tension. The story of P2 was actually written by the creators of High Tension, Alexandra Aza and Gregory Levasseur. They got inspired by terrifying real life events to write this movie, and they gave the directing job to Frank. This movie is incredibly intense and very scary. If you have not watched it, you definitely should. How was it made? Where was it shot? And what is the real life story behind it? I will tell you all the dark secrets and unknown facts at the end of the video. So turn off your lights, lock your doors, and let's start the breakdown. The movie starts on Christmas Eve, the night before Christmas. We see a young, hardworking businesswoman named Angela. She is working very late in her big office building. She wants to finish her work quickly and go directly to her sister's house for a big family dinner. Suddenly, her co-worker Jean comes to her desk. Jim is very sorry. He apologized because at the recent office Christmas party he drank too much alcohol and did some bad and disrespectful things to Angela. Angela felt very bad about it, but she is a good person, so she forgives him. Jim says goodbye and leaves for his home, just like all the other workers. The entire big building will be closed for the next 3 days for the Christmas holidays. Angela finishes her work and packs her bag. Suddenly, a security guard named Carl comes to her floor. He is checking all the floor and locking the doors. Angela takes the main lift with Carl and goes down. Then she takes another lift to go to the underground parking area. She goes to the level called P2, parking level 2. While going down, Angela is talking to her sister on the phone. Her family is waiting for her at the dinner table. Angela's car is full of Christmas presents for her sister's children. She tells her sister, I will be there in just 25 minutes. But as soon as the lift reaches the underground P2 level, the phone call drops. There is no mobile network down there. Angela walks out of the lift and goes to her car. The entire P2 parking lot is completely empty and very quiet because everyone has gone home. Angela is in hurry. But when she turns the key, her car does not start. She tries again and again, but the engine is completely dead. She does not have time to check the engine. She grabs the heavy gift boxes and decides to go back up to the main lobby to call a taxi. But when she reaches the lift door, it is locked. The door she just came through is locked from the other side. She cannot go back up. She is now trapped in the underground parking lot. Angela walks around to find help. She finds the small security office on the P2 level. Inside, she meets a security guard named Thomas. Thomas has a big, aggressive dog named Rocky. Rocky is chained, otherwise, he would have attacked Angela. Angela tells Thomas, please unlock the main door. My car is not starting, so I need to go to the lobby to catch a taxi. Thomas smiles and says, I have jumper cables. Let's try to start your car battery first. It will solve your problem. Angela says, no, I don't have time. I will just take a taxi. But Thomas insists. It is Christmas Eve. You would not find a taxi easily. Let me help you. Angela agrees. They try to start the car, but it completely fails. Angela loses a lot of time. She thanks Thomas for his help and says, now please just unlock the door. Thomas picks up her bags and works with her. He says weird things like you should be thankful on a festival day, not rude. Things start getting very creepy here. Thomas talks too much. When they reach the door, instead of unlocking it, Thomas asks a chilling question. I have prepared a special Christmas dinner. Will you eat with me? Angela has been asking him to open the door for 10 minutes, but he is just wasting her time. He is standing right next to the door but refusing to open it. Thomas asks, will you waste more time? Thomas' creepy behavior makes it clear that he is not a normal guy. Angela looks at him in shock and fear. Then Thomas suddenly laughs and says, I was just joking, but this is not a joke. He wants to keep Angela trapped down here. Maybe he was the one who broke her car. Angela feels very uncomfortable, but she has to act polite. She thanks him again. Finally, Thomas unlocks the door. Angela quickly takes the lift and rushes up to the main lobby. The lobby is completely empty. Angela uses the office phones to call a taxi. While waiting, she falls asleep on a chair. She does not know that Thomas is watching her every single move through the CCTV cameras. When the taxi arrives, the driver calls the office phone. Angela wakes up, grabs her bags, and runs to the main glass door. But the door is locked. She is trapped inside the main building now. The only way out is the big car exit gate in the underground parking lot. She signals the taxi driver to wait and runs back down to the parking area P1. But when she reaches the car exit gate, it is heavily locked too. Seeing the closed gate, the taxi driver leaves. Angela checks her phone, but there is zero network. She looks around for help, but there is no other guard. The guard Carl should be in the lobby, but he is missing. Something is very wrong. Suddenly, all the lights in the massive parking lot turn off. Total pitch black darkness. Angela is terrified. She opens her mobile phones and uses its dim screen light to work. But the light is too weak. She trips over something and falls hard on the floor. Her phone drops from her hand. Thank God the phone screen is still working, so she can find it. She picks up her phone and stands up. But suddenly Thomas appears right behind her. He covers her mouth with a cloth soaked in chloroform, a chemical that makes you sleep. Angela struggles, but she faints. The dark truth is confirmed. Thomas is the bad guy. He purely broke her car. He planned everything to trap Angela inside the empty building for 3 days. He wants to fulfill his sick, twisted fantasies with her. When Angela wakes up, she finds herself inside Thomas' small security office. She is tied to a chair with heavy chains. But that is not the scariest part. Thomas has completely changed her clothes. He dressed her in a white dress, put high heels on her feet, styled her hair, and put red lipstick on her. Thomas himself is wearing a Santa Claus suit. Angela panics and tries to run, but the heavy iron chain stops her. The aggressive dog Rocky barks at her. Angela realizes she cannot fight him with anger. She has to use her brain. She speaks politely. My family is waiting for me. Please let me go. Thomas replies like a sick lover. I also made so many preparations for you. What about me? He openly confesses that he loves Angela. He talks like a heartbroken lover. This means he has been stalking her through the CCTV cameras for many months. He is a psycho stalker who finally got his chance. Angela tries to scare him. She says, my boyfriend will come looking for me. But Thomas laughs. He knows everything about her. He knows she does not have a boyfriend. For Angela, Thomas is just a creepy guard she met today. But for Thomas, Angela is his entire world. Thomas even knows the names of her sister's children. Angela realizes that her family is also in danger. Thomas dials her sister's number on his mobile phone and puts it near Angela's ear. He holds her neck tightly. He forces her to lie. Angela cries and tells her family, I am sick, I cannot come to the dinner. Her family gets angry at her, but her mother should worry. Angela cries hearing her mother's voice. Thomas hangs up the phone. Thomas is very smart. By forcing Angela to lie, he made sure her family will not come looking for her. He cut off her only hope. He is extremely dangerous. Thomas says he has the best Christmas gift. He plays a videotape on the TV. The video shows the CCTV footage from the office party. It shows Jim, the co-worker, forcefully kissing and touching Angela while he was drunk. This is the same Jim who apologized to Angela's earlier. This proves Thomas watches Angela's every single second. Angela forgives Jim, but Thomas is a psycho. He cannot forgive anyone who touches his Angela. Thomas unlocks Angela's chain to take her somewhere. But as soon as her hands are free, Angela grabs a sharp fork and stabs it deep into Thomas' back. She tries to run, but Thomas catches her. This time he puts heavy metal handcuffs on her hands behind her back. He forces her into his car and drives down to the deepest level P4. Here he shows Angela his real gift. Jim, the co-worker, is tied to an office chair in the middle of the empty parking lot. He is beaten and bleeding. Thomas tells Angela he did bad things to you, now you punish him. But Angela is a good person. She cries and says, no, I forgive him. Please let him go. He has a wife and kids. Thomas gets very angry. He screams at Angela. Angela gets scared and says, okay, I will hit him, just open my handcuffs. Thomas is crazy, but he is not stupid. He smiles and says, "Oh, I am so sorry. How can I ask a pure angel like you to do such a dirty thing? I will do it for you." Thomas grabs a heavy metal flashlight. He walks to Jim and starts beating him brutally. He smashes Jim's face again and again until Jim is covered in blood. Angela's heart beats faster. Thomas' real violent face is out. While Thomas is busy hitting Jim, Angela manages to open the car door and tries to run. But Thomas quickly runs back and sits in the driver's seat. Angela cries, "We cannot leave Jim dying like this." This makes Thomas insanely jealous. He thinks, why does she care about a man who hurt her? Thomas' jealousy turns into pure evil. He decides to finish Jim. Thomas slowly drives his car and pushes Jim's rolling chair towards a thick concrete wall. When Jim's chair is very close to the wall, Thomas suddenly presses the accelerator to full speed. The heavy car smashes Jim directly into the concrete wall. The impact is so brutal that Jim's body bursts open. His ribs and internal organs spill out. It is a terrifying, extremely bloody, practical effect scene. Thomas reverses the car and crashes Jim's dead body again and again without any mercy. Seeing this horrific murder, Angela's mind almost breaks. While Thomas is distracted with the dead body, Angela opens the car door and runs away into the dark. Thomas does not chase her immediately because he knows all the exit doors are locked. He starts cleaning up Jim's body. Angela sits in a dark corner. She somehow manages to bring her handcuffed hands from her back to her front by sliding them under her legs. She takes off her high heels to run silently. She runs to Thomas' security office to use the phone. But it is dead. Her own mobile phone is in her bag inside the office. The aggressive dog Rocky is sleeping on her back. Angela slowly pulls her back and gets her phone, but there is no network. She also steals a bunch of electronic key cards from the desk. She runs to the main car exit gate. She screams for help, but the street outside are completely empty. Only a homeless woman walks by, laughs at Angela, and leaves. Angela pushes her hand through the metal gate to the outside. Suddenly, her phone gets network. She quickly dials the police 911. But because her hands are handcuffed, she drops the phone. The phone falls outside the gate. She tries desperately to reach it, but she cannot. Thomas arrives with his dog, Rocky. Before he sees her, Angela shouts the building address to the phone lying on the ground. She screams, "I am trapped, he is trying to kill me." Then she runs away. She tries to use the stolen key cards on many doors, but none of them open. Finally, she uses a card to call the elevator. She gets inside and presses the button for the lobby, but the lift stops working properly. To stay safe, Angela manually stops the lift between floors P2 and P3. She uses the emergency phone inside the lift to call for help. A man answers. Angela cries tears of joy, but her happiness turns into terror. The voice is Thomas. He redirected the emergency line to his mobile. Thomas wants Angela out of the lift. He takes a massive fire hose and starts pumping hundreds of gallons of cold water into the lift from the top. The water level rises fast, and to make it worse, Thomas throws the dead body of Carl, the other security guard, into the lift. Angela is trapped in rising water with a floating dead body, panicking and droning. She is forced to open the lift doors on floor P3. Angela is now in a terrible condition. It is December, the middle of winter. She is deep underground. Wearing only a thin, wet dress, she is freezing. She hides under a parked car. But her wet footprints on the floor tell Thomas exactly where she is. Thomas loves to play games. He walks around the car and punctures its tire with a knife, trying to scare her out. Angela crawls out from the other side and escapes again. Thomas leaves to hide Carl's dead body. To show his power, Thomas plays the song Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley on the parking lot's loudspeaker system. He wants to tell her, "You cannot escape me." Angela decides to fight back. She breaks a glass box and takes a heavy, sharp red fire axe. She starts smashing the CCTV cameras one by one, making Thomas blind. She walks toward the security office to kill him. But when she enters the office, Thomas is not there. The TV is playing a video. It is a video of Angela when she was unconscious and Thomas was changing her clothes. Angela realized that Thomas is completely sick, disgusting psychopath. Her fear turns into pure boiling anger. She smashes the TV with her axe. Suddenly, she looks at the monitor. Two police officers have arrived outside the main gate. Her phone call worked. The police enter the building to check. They start searching the parking levels before Angela can shout to them. Thomas sneaks up from behind. He hits Angela with a strong teaser electric shock weapon. Angela falls unconscious again. Thomas quickly hides Angela inside the trunk of her own car. He cleans himself, acts like a normal guard, and goes to meet the police. He tries to send them away, but the police insist on checking. The police walk near Angela's car. The light from their flashlight wakes Angela up inside the dark trunk. She starts screaming and kicking the trunk. Thomas is smart. He plays the loud Christmas song on the speakers again, so the police cannot hear her screams. The police find nothing and leave. They walk back to their car and accidentally drive over Angela's phone, destroying it completely. Inside the trunk, Angela finds a heavy iron tool. She uses it to break the lock from inside and opens the trunk. But it is too late. The police are gone. Thomas is standing there, smiling. He releases his vicious dog, Rocky. The giant dog runs toward Angela to bite her. Angela quickly breaks the window of another car and jumps inside, but Rocky jumps in after her. The dog tries to bite her throat. Angela fights for her life. She grabs the heavy tire iron and violently stabs it directly into the dog's head, killing it instantly. When Thomas sees his dead dog, he loses his mind. His fake love turns into pure hatred. He decides to torture and kill Angela. Angela runs to a car rental office inside the parking lot. She breaks the glass, enters, and grabs a car key. She tries to use the phone, but the lines are busy. While waiting, she uses a sharp nail file to pick the lock of her handcuffs. Thomas arrives with his teaser. Angela sprays a chemical spray directly into his eyes. She runs to the rental car, sits inside, and starts the engine. She drives towards the exit gate, but Thomas sits in his own heavy SUV car and rams into her. A massive car fight begins with the underground parking lot. Angela reverses and speeds up. This time, Thomas comes straight at her from the front, but Angela does not step on the brakes. She drives at full speed, forcing Thomas to move away. Angela wins the game of chicken, but because of the high speed, Angela loses control and crashes her car into a pillar. She pretends to be dead inside the car. Thomas walks to the broken window to check on her. As soon as his face is closed, Angela suddenly wakes up and stabs the sharp nail file directly into his eye. Thomas screams in agony. Angela grabs his neck with her own handcuffs and chokes him until he faints. Angela takes the keys from his pocket, unlocks her own handcuffs, and then handcuffs Thomas to the door of his own crashed car. Thomas' car is leaking highly flammable petrol on the floor. Angela picks up his teaser and walks away. Thomas wakes up, he begs for mercy. He tries to manipulate her, but when Angela ignores him, he shows his true colors. He starts crushing her and calling her terrible names. Angela looks at him with pure anger. She drops the sparking electric teaser directly into the leaking petrol. The petrol catches fire instantly. The fire travels fast and reaches the car. A massive explosion happens. Thomas burns alive inside the car, screaming in pain. Finally, the nightmare is over. The exit gate opens. Angela, covered in blood and dirt, walks out of the dark underground parking lot into the freezing morning light. Police car and ambulance are arriving. She survived. The movie ends here. What do you think about this survival thriller? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want me to explain more movies like this, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss the next nightmare. If you loved this nightmare, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, never watch alone.